Hello everyone, it's early March and so it's time for another Port Macquarie Urban Food Garden tour. If you have a look out here now, you can see that everything is growing really luxuriously. So even though it's officially autumn, we're still having lots of very warm weather here, temperatures in the high 20s and early 30s Celsius. And so the plants are loving it and they're really growing strongly still. Some things have finished and we've had areas that we've cleared away, but there's still a lot to see in the garden. So let's head down and have a look. Okay, so here's our front garden macadamia, and it has some lovely new growth at the moment. And also look at these great nuts. The nuts have just started to drop, and we're collecting them to harvest and eat. We dry them in the sun and then roast them. They're delicious. Okay, next we have the Saba nut, which has actually grown really well. Now the name is the Malabar chestnut, and you can see it's got some lovely new leaves coming up the top there. So it's grown really well over the summer, thickened up its trunk and produced a lot more leaves. I think you can see bigger gaps between the leaves, which means it's growing really well. And over here is an amazing moringa tree that's actually flowering at the moment. And you can see the flowers up there. And we'll be talking more about the moringas later. Okay, so here we go. Look at these amazing red Dhaka bananas. They were just tiny little babies a few months ago, and now look, they've grown really well. The other thing that's grown amazingly is these moringa trees. We like the other moringas so much, we put in 4 more along here, and they've just boomed. Underneath them, we've planted some comfrey. This should be a really good spot for comfrey because it'll be shaded by the moringas in the summer, so it won't be heat affected. And then in the winter, when the coldest time, the moringas will die back a bit and the comfrey will get more sun. Looks pretty amazing and like a tropical jungle down here now. Oh, and over there's some black corn.
Actually, that's quite a big cob on that one there.
Yeah, it is. So we grew some before and it didn't do that well. This still hasn't done as well as we'd hoped, but we'll see when we harvest the cobs what it's like. And these peanuts are still going crazy.
Carrots.
Carrots still left. And then if you look up here, whoa, nice, tall, really amazing sweet sorghum plants. And we've already been harvesting those and really enjoying the beautiful juice that we make from them. If you notice, you can see that we've actually tied them all up together. I'll just show you that. And that's because if we don't do that, when the wind comes, it flattens them. But it's just a piece of old sheeting that I cut into a strip and tie them all up together so that they can't be actually flattened by the winds. They move as one in the wind and they stay upright. Over here are the rosellas, which have done way more than we expected. They've grown really big, and we had some problems with them because they got blown by the wind. We've had to stake them, and we're looking forward to harvesting them. But we're really considering whether or not we will have room to grow them again because they take up a lot of space.
Probably not. They're just a bit difficult, and we really need to cut back on things that aren't going to be too productive, and because we're running out of space.
Okay.
Let's sneak up this way.
Yeah, all right. Let's go this way. Jump through here.
Jump through there.
On the stepping stone. Okay, so you can see that we've cleared a whole lot of things out of here.
Sunflowers.
There were sunflowers in here. This is their really heavy duty stalks. They're all sitting up on the veranda now waiting to dry a bit more so that we can actually decide how we're going to eat them. And then we've got some sweet potato here. This is a purple sweet potato, and it's really gone well all through this area.
Some new tomatoes.
Yep, all the old tomatoes finished up, and so we really enjoyed those, and now we've planted a few new ones. It's really too hot to do a lot of work in the garden, so we've just been doing little bits and pieces, just creating slightly new areas.
Yeah, we really need to clear the whole garden out, which is just way too much work for how hot it is.
Yeah, that's right. And so here's the lima beans. You can see they're still flowering really well, and we will be growing those again because we're very pleased with them, and next year we'll probably grow them in cages, won't we?
Yeah,
give them
the
a bit
trouble,
more support.
we had a bit of problem with them in that the beans in the pods sprouted, so because it's so wet and humid in amongst all the leaves, so we'll grow them in a cage and try and thin them out a little bit to get
a bit more airflow around the pods. Yeah, so that we'll try that next year. And this is a beautiful orange candy papaya. So this is the first year we've grown these, and we're really pleased with how well this one's grown, and we're looking forward to it actually fruiting. Hopefully that will be in soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
And that's our front garden.
Okay. All right, here we are in the backyard for the second part of our autumn garden tour, and I'd just like to show you something. I just stuck a piece of moringa branch into the bit of water inside. It started to grow roots, and so I stuck it in a pot, and it's growing. Now I have no idea whether it'll actually grow into a tree that's useful to plant, but yeah, they're just amazing. They just keep growing. They're amazingly vigorous plants.
Just an experiment. Yeah. There's some failed experiments.
Yeah, those ones died. Okay. Here we go. So look at the ginger. It's grown really well here.
We harvested some of this and it was a bit white. Usually when we juice it, it's nice green colour. So
it might have been a bit young.
But a bit young, I think. It's just
like
starting to flower.
Looks like it's starting to flower now, and you can see here all the new ginger here that's grown.
Where am I? There it is. There's the flower.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a weed. We'll just pull that out while we're there. Okay.
So you can see there's ginger in this bed here as well, and then the pineapples here, they're doing quite well. This one's looking very nice, and you can see also along there the dragon fruit, some spent fruit, flowers that will form fruit, and we had a great dragon fruit harvest.
And there's some dandelions flowering away.
Yeah, well, they're really good. We'll be harvesting them eventually for their roots.
Okay.
And then along here we've still got some onions and parsley, some peanuts, and look, some pumpkin. Oh, here, look, they've come all the way over here. So this is something that we wanted to show you, how rampant and amazingly vigorous and sort of luxurious the garden grows in the summer. And you can see the pumpkins I've gotten over here as well.
For next year we're going to try building an A-frame and putting them on that and see.
Yeah, so they don't escape, because you can see, look, they're just growing over the top of everything in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this citrus tree has done really well. You can see how beautiful and glossy the leaves are, and it's got a lot of fruit on it that's actually developing really well.
You always lose some fruit.
Yeah. It's Tangelo, and we always enjoy juicing these fruit. They're absolutely delicious.
One year we had a little bat take up residence who ate them.
Yeah, that's true. We lost a lot that year, didn't we? Because
we didn't realise he was eating them, because he didn't pull them off the tree. He just ate the insides of them out.
Yeah.
He would have been kicked out if we had known.
Okay, so here's our bananas. Cavendish bananas, and they're doing very well. You can see them, like, they're amazingly solid. That one that's just put out a bunch over there, we bagged that up the other day. They're just incredible trees, and you can see lots and lots of them. We've got lots and lots of bananas coming on. We've been freezing them, and then when we get lots of more, we'll actually turn them into banana coins. But you can see, look, these are massive trees. Look, if you want to hug a tree, bananas are just amazing. It's wonderful.
There's where our pumpkins were planted, and so they've
they've actually literally run everywhere.
taken over the whole garden.
Yep. Okay, and up the back here, these are the Cavendish that we planted up here. We moved some suckers up here because we do intend to actually plant some shorter grand names down there which aren't so tall. But look at how amazing these bananas have grown. And the coffee plant in there is doing really, really well, getting taller. It had lots of flowers and it's going to produce a lot of fruit. You can see that the berries on there, they're not ripe yet, but they're all down the stems. They're amazing. They're actually quite nice to eat. And the macadamias through here, they're all doing really well. Lots of macas on them. We have had early drop of the macas from the grubs that get into them. And we will need to do, if you can see, I'm like, it's level of bumping into my head here, so we will need to do a big prune of these macadamias. These dragon fruit here that we transplanted will be our new dragon fruit. They've done really well.
They're trying to grow into the tree.
And the strawberries that were we enjoyed those over the winter, and basically we'll be transplanting them to a different area once we've got some ground dug up for them. Okay, you can see our beehives and beehives. Another coffee plant doing really well, and look at this avocado. Never ceases to amaze me how well these are growing. This is the secundo, it's done really well. And wow, look at that up back there. That was just a papaya that came up from the compost. And basically, look, it's, we thought maybe it wasn't going to last, but it's had a second comeback. It's got branches out to the side, and look at all that fruit up there. How amazing is that? These macadamias here are doing really well. We're hoping that they're going to do their job of drying up the area in between the avocados. And this is another papaya that just came up. And this avocado, the shepherd avocado, we actually got several fruit off that this year, and I think there's one still on there somewhere.
There's one still on there up the back.
Up the back? Oh, okay, rightio. But we've got some inside, and they were just delicious. And it's got another new flush of growth now, so it's growing beautifully. And some Redlands long white cucumbers that are almost finished, but we're enjoying those. And here we are. Oh, and look, this is something a little bit different. This is a plant that the blue-banded bees love, and so...
Not just the blue-banded bees.
Lots of bees.
No, the fuzzy bees and the teddy bear bees and the...
But the blue-bandeds are especially interesting because they'll actually pop inside the flower and then they go bzzz, like that to get all the pollen off.
Buzz pollination.
Yes, very interesting. So much fun having a garden.